what advice do you have for folks trying to get into the field of being Muslim mental health providers?
Yeah, mashallah. This is one of my favorite questions as well, because it's not very super straightforward. Here's what I'll tell you. There's many programs out there: psychology, psychiatry, marriage, family therapy, social work. There's so many points of access to enter the mental health field. However, the thing that I find even more important than all those master's and PhD and MD programs is that you ground yourself Islamically. If you truly want to do Muslim mental health or Islamic psychology, you need to be yourself grounded in Islam, because you're going to hear and learn things in the field that are not working very well for Muslims, and things that you need to filter out what's not going to be useful. And you can only do that if you yourself have knowledge of your own faith, not just merely because you were born Muslim, but something that is, or even converted to Islam, but because you truly have studied the rules of Islam. The way we understand the soul, the ruh, the self, again, different lecture for a different time, mashallah, whole big lecture for a different time, is different than the way modern psychology understands it, which has become very soulless. And this is why we find sometimes people who are doing therapy who might be Muslim, but they're not necessarily connecting the importance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and this deen in the whole story, because they have only learned it from the perspective of their master's or their doctoral degree, which is very secular. And so here I tell people, before you go into the field, ideally, ground yourself in Islam. Take one of these many seminary 1-year programs. Take a gap year to do some of this personal growth, subhanAllah. And then for those of you who are in the field and later want to learn, how do I integrate Islam into my whole therapy, teaching and learning? There's a book that a group of us worked together on called Traditionally Islamically Integrated Psychotherapy, or the TIIP model of psychotherapy that integrates Islam into the therapy model. Or you can look at some of the Islamic psychology diplomas and degrees that are starting to emerge, inshallah.